State football team has their focus set on a successful 2011 season, and with 9 starters returning on offense, the prospect of improvement is looking very likely. Second-year head coach Nigel Burton is looking to put the memories of a 2-9 record last season in the rearview mirror, and continue to build off of a Viking squad that led the conference in rushing last season. With increased depth and experience in almost every position, Portland State fans are anticipating a much more explosive and high-powered offense. With higher expectations come higher pressures, but this isn't something the team is shying away from.
I'm feeling very confident on offense and where we're going, and as far as the rushing goes, we got all returners. Offensively, I think we only lost one guy last year at the receiver position, so I mean both in the passing game and rushing, we should be excelling in our stats.
I'd say Coach Burton, first of all, wants first downs and touchdowns. So, he lets the quarterbacks, play their game, and whatever it takes to get first downs, if that's, run the football at the feet or, throwing through the air, that definitely happens.
Starting running back and first-team All-Big Sky selection, Corey McCaffrey will be leading the way on the ground once again. McCaffrey ran for over 1,000 yards in 2010, but this season won't have to carry as much of the weight on his shoulders, as the Vikings have perhaps the most depth at running back in the conference. Backups Willie Griffin, Shaquille Richards, and Justin Lilly are all expected to push the competition to a high level this season.
At this point in time, most college teams, NFL teams, everyone has, usually 2 running backs. So to have another guy to depend on is, it's great. It just, keeps the offense moving at a high pace, because people get tired. It happens. And I mean, not only do we have Willie, but we got a whole bunch of other guys that are great. So we're deep at the running back position. So I feel good about it.
The Vikings will also have a plethora of options at quarterbacks. The team returns seniors Connor Kavanaugh, Drew Hubel, and Justin Engstrom. Kavanaugh and Hubel will likely both see major time on the field, and both quarterbacks will be bringing something very different to the offense, as Hubel excels in the passing game, while Kavanaugh is more of a threat through the ground.
Yeah, it definitely will keep defenses a little bit more off-kilter because of the fact that how he can run the ball and that he's still a threat with his passing. So, like I said, it's a good dilemma that we have. You got him and Drew, and then you still got the young pups and Lindstrom's.
With most of the offensive line from the season intact, Portland State should find plenty of protection from the front line. If the quarterbacks can get enough protection, then don't be surprised to see much improved statistics from the Vikings receivers.
I think as a receiving group, we've done a real good job this fall. I think we've improved greatly just from last season and in the spring. We had a lot of depth at receiver now. Guys like Nevin Lewis, Roston Tatum, Ricky Cookman, guys like that. And so I think it's going to be a good year through the air. So.
Even with all the improvements on offense, maybe the biggest key for the Vikings will be closing out games down the stretch. Last season, the team lost a number of close games in the final quarter, but Coach Burton hopes that another year of experience will go a long way in the clutch and keep the Vikings near the top of the standings this season.
I think the first thing we did was try to address leadership and making guys understand that, hey, bad things are going to happen throughout the course of a game and maybe on the last drive, and you can't let those things break you. The leaders have to step up, playmakers have to step up, and get yourself out of bad situations. And we practice those situations. We did it last year. We called it the last drive drill. We practiced, okay, here's the last drive of the game, how do you finish? So we're looking for that to actually transform.
The difference as far as closing games this year is maturity. Last year we were a very young team. We had a lot of young guys out there. In addition to that, we had a lot of first-year starters out there. So with 18, 19 starters coming back, I think that's going to help us out a lot. We got guys with game experience, late game experience. So I think maturity is the number one reason that that we'll be better than that this year, and we'll get those games closed. I think everybody's anxious. Expectations are very high this year, even much higher than last year. Last year we felt that with the team we had, we underachieved greatly. and lost some close ball games. I think we've matured as a group, and our first goal this year is to win the Big Sky Championship. So we're going to do whatever it takes to get that done.